What's this?
Said, do you need a break?
No, I don't need a break. I'm just like, it's just Sunday morning. I'm 55 years old and I'm going through the motions on a Sunday morning. Just give me a second. I'm with you, brother. I'm just tired. I'm coffee and cutting it right now. So, what's your question, my friend?
I've got two if you don't mind.
That's okay.
When you got the script for the break episode of Adventure Time, did you get it at first?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you have to kind of work through that?
No, I loved that. That's my favorite episode. We won an Emmy for that one. That was Jake the Break was a kick-ass episode. I just like the fact that it was like Jake the Dog's, Richard Attenborough. You know what I mean? It was like, him doing Planet Earth, which is what I thought was wonderful. I love, you guys seen Richard Attenborough narrate Planet Earth, right?
This elephant produces prodigious amounts of dung.
It's the classiest way to. That thing shits a whole lot, man. So, but I really loved that episode, and I got it immediately. And I love just the picture of Jake as a brick. This is perfect. It's just so funny. But yeah, I love that episode. That really got it, and I liked it. Yeah.
Awesome. And who was your favorite guest star to rip off of in Futurama?
Favorite guest? I got a couple. I got two stories. Beck was pretty funny when he did the episode. When Bender got shredded up and lost his limbs, but then he totally was joking about it and he lied and everything. But when we first got into the studio, he's really reserved and he's really quiet and and listen, and you're going into a kind of a foreign area, you're like, okay, he's totally comfortable in the studio, but doing playing himself for a cartoon. He played himself as a head in a jar. And so we recorded it, and I had already recorded my lines, but they were like, John, come in, please, and record with him so you can bounce off of each other. I was like, all right. So we sit down, and we're in the studio together, and I introduce myself. I'm like, back with a big fan. It's really nice to meet you. We're really happy to have you. It's like, thank you so much. Okay. And David X. Cohen, co-executive producer and co-creator of the show, he's in the booth, and he's like, okay, let's get ready to record. We'll start on page 4, and the beginning of the scene, and John, you start the scene, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is take 1. And I start, and I go, oh, you're back! And he burst out in laughter, like he lost it, and it was like, and he was like, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. And he turned and looked at me. He was just like, man, I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know what it was going to look like coming out of your mouth. So I'm okay. I'm okay. That's fine. We did it. And we did it, and it was really funny. It was really great. And Beck was really a trip. And but B. Arthur as the fembot. As the femputer, on Amazon Women, go to the Snoo Snoo episode, where I actually had to have Snoo Snoo with the femputer. So, I went in again. I had already recorded my lines, but they were like, B. Arthur's coming in, and we'd love for you to be able to record it with her. And I was like, yes, 1,000 times, yes. So I get there, and she's there, and she's B. Arthur. And we start reading the stuff that I introduced. I'm reading and doing fine, and I'm about 10 minutes in, and there's that thing when you're in the studio and there's other people on the other side of the glass, and they're like, and you do a take, and they're like, okay, and they let off the button, and then all you see is like,
When you learn to read lips.
okay, let's do that one again. And we're gonna, it's just like, so you don't really know. So B. Arthur looks at me. B. Arthur. And she goes, how am I doing? And I was like, Miss Arthur, you are doing exactly what you were brought here to do, which is blow everybody away. You are unbelievable. This is perfect. You're doing wonderfully. And don't worry about a thing. And for me to reassure B. Arthur was like, it blew my mind. And we all need to know as actors, creatively, am I going in the right direction? When you don't feel like you have enough, like somebody trying to help you steer, the wheel's too big, and you're like, oh shit, okay. She asked me, and it was just like, I was like blown away. And I was so happy to help her and tell her how much she's respected and loved. And then we made fooling around noises together. It was the best. I was like, I actually said to B. Arthur, oh yeah, baby, give me some of that. I said that to B. Arthur. And that will go down, in my mind is what, I want that on my gravestone. Oh yeah, baby, give me some of that. B. Arthur. Yeah, that's great. So yeah. How you doing?
Hi.
What's happening?
Oh yeah, and I brought my tiny tiger because I
Oh my goodness, you got the tiny tiger,
yes,
my friend.
And for many people that don't know, he did the voice of Tiny Tiger not only in the Insane Trilogy, but also in Crash Nitro Card. Look at me, I'm tiny.
There you go. Oh my God, you got it. Wow.
Yeah.
You blow me away.
Yeah, and I love Tiny Tiger as a character. I have two questions.
What's your question?
The first one is when you worked on like Crash Nitro Card and then the Insane Trilogy as well as the other Crash Team Racing Nitro edition, I believe. Basically, can you tell any stories about what was it like voicing the character of Tiny Tiger?
Tiny Tiger was fun because it was just we went in and they were just like, okay, he's obviously not a tiny tiger because he's this huge tiger, but we just had fun, and that voice was a guy from a show based on a guy from a show called Villa Alegre, which was on public television back in the 70s, and it was and he was a tiger. He was dressed in like a tiger suit, and he was so there you go. So that's Tiny Tiger. I had a lot of fun doing that. We had a lot of fun. What's your second question?
And the other one is because you mentioned about Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
Do you have also stories working with like Dana Snyder, Dave Willis, and the cast of Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Dana and I love Dana. Dana is one of the funniest people on the planet. He just has a thing where he has that voice to do, and every time he opens his mouth, it's just perfect. It's just like he channels this thing. But he's always funny. I just did a show with him, the Ghost and Molly McGee, which was I was one of the barristers, and he was the ghost. But I was a barrister ghost, but he was really funny, and he's always funny. I love working with him. And we worked on something else together. I can't remember, but he always cracks me up every time. He's one of those people that's dialed into funny when they just have a thing with their voice that just makes it perfect. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, sir. Awesome. Hi. Sorry about the F-bombs.
I have two questions as well.
What's that?
So my first one, how do you feel like voicing characters like Joctopus from Fish Punch?
Joctopus. Joctopus was a lot of fun. Yeah. Joctopus. That was so much fun. Because they were just, all he really did was like say his name mostly. It was like, I'm cool because I'm Joctopus. It was like, that was it. I really had fun doing that show. Fish Hooks was great. And there were musical numbers in that show too, I think. We did some musical numbers. But yeah, that was silly. It was very silly, and the animation I thought was really fun. So yeah, so I loved doing Joctopus. Joctopus was a blast, and Joctopus got the best out there. That was just awesome. Like, I was going up. Just adenoidal, just breathing through their mouth and just just a little bit of Harry Carey in there, who was a baseball announcer, if you don't know. But yeah, so it's a fun voice to do. So what's your second question?
How do you feel being kind of like an icon and nostalgia for both kids,
I tell you what, it's really lovely to have been able to play characters that people find iconic. It's really, I've been very fortunate, very lucky. I mean, just the trifecta of Bender and Jake the dog and Marcus Phoenix, it's just this weird thing where, people are like, oh my goodness. But then, I meet women in their 30s now that watched Kim Possible. And I was Dr. Draken on that show, so people.
I love Kim Possible.
Freak out when I'm like, Kim Possible, I'll get you. I mean, it's just me channeling Harvey Korman for crying out loud. Just so you know, it's just me. Why am I asking you? Don't do that voodoo that you do so well. That's a film that you'll get to watch. Don't worry about that. That's just yes. Yeah, but I've been really lucky, and it's wonderful. I really enjoy when people come up to me and tell me that I'm the voice of their childhood, because not only is it's a double-edged sword, because it's like. I really appreciate you telling me how much you appreciate my work and what it means to you, and I love that. But you're also reminding me how old I'm getting. Stop it. And King Zog, yeah, sure. King Zog was a funny character, but yeah, but thank you. What's your name?
Carter.
Carter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Nice. Yes.
Hey, John.
How are you?
Good. I'm going to do this.
Okay. No, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes.
I had one question, but I did want to share sort of a ripple effect of a bit of kindness and generosity that you did for me about 8 or 9 years ago.
Uh-oh.
No, at San Diego Comic-Con, you recorded some bumpers for my college radio show.
Oh.
That was forever ago.
Nice.
Yeah, but now I'm a reporter for iHeartRadio, and I get 250,000 people hearing my voice every day.
Yay! Oh, sure.
So my question is, you got your start in radio, correct?
No, I got my. Well, I was doing. I did a lot of theater in high school and college. And then I went and did some theater, and then after I was done with that, a buddy of mine graduated from said college, Rutgers, and we went and did comedy for 6 years. We went and did a comedy team, and while I was doing that, and then when the team broke up, I started to do voiceover in New York. But I was also doing on-camera stuff too. But that's so.
Very cool.
Yeah, but so I kind of all happened at once, I guess.
Well, I guess my question is, any improv lines that made it into any pieces that you were so proud of?
The Bender strut and the Bender scat.
Yeah.
Those are two things that they were just like, well, try and do this, just do something like this. I was like, what? When they ask you to create a song, you kind of have to not make it sound like anything else. So it can be musical, but it's not that musical. Like when Bender's walking down the street, he's whistling like. It's nothing, but I get paid for it every time it plays. But then there's also the do that loose, give it back, do that, do that, do that, do boom boom do that, do that, do like that. Just they were like, just go ahead and do something there, and I did that. And they were like, oh my god. And then there's noises. David X. Cohen likes it when I make noises, surprise noises. Is better than when I say that. Way out, you know, like something like that. So so those are the things, like, it's usually gibberish that's I'm kind of credited with, but yeah, you know, it's something nothing's hitting me right now, but listen, as long as you stick to the script and get everything that's done, you know, that they need with the script, that's cool, but they'll give you a shot if you're like, can I try something? You know, we already got everything in the can. Let's try something. I just want to try something. And sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. But as long as I know that everything is already done, that they want, then there's a little bit of time to play.
A little frosting on top.
Exactly.
Thank you, John.
No, thank you, and good luck and congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, how are you?
I am doing good. I am just a college student in a chemical engineering degree like that.
Okay.
So as I watch Futurama like that, it makes me question one is that it seems impressive associated with a physics graduates like that.
No, the Futurama has the most educated, overeducated writing staff in the history of television. We have doctorates. We have people who have degrees in chemical engineering, biology, computer science. They're all really smart, which is why I don't try and, you know, they say, do you improv anything? That's why I improv scatting, because I can't do the math that they're talking about, or the science, or the theorems, or the whatever. They're all really smart, and they've all gone to really crazy, amazing schools. So
I just very impressed and intrigued though, because like I'm trying to be autodidactic in calculus 2, physics 1, calculus based mechanics like that, and I'm taking preparations from chemistry. So like once I get organic chemistry 2 class pass, I get a chemistry associate's degree.
There you go.
On the other hand, it's okay to fail because I failed calculus 2 when the pandemic happened because it's required to become meticulous and adaptive. Sure. And should be another Futurama or Kim Possible crossover when they go to universities like that.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Okay.
Impossible is not happening right now.
I don't know if you like this idea of request or the impression that when Bender's like this, man, do I have to take calculus 1, 2, or 1? And like Leela's like saying this, you should be grateful that they learned calculus of physics for us because without physics 3, you'd be rusted to death because oxidation will make those robots dead.
That's right.
Rusted.
That's right.
And thermodynamic logic and physics 2 is based on electricity, Maxwell has like that. It'd be a funny crossover episode when like Leela and that blue scientist guy, he's like this, one day, once I'll win you on calculus, linear algebra, differential equation, physics series, and chemistry series like that, you are all pawns because I'm going to win that graduation for physics and I'm going to be a celebrity in that physics world. Okay. That'd be a funny crossover.
Right. That would be a funny crossover. All right, cool.
Yeah, that'd be good impressions like that.
All right, cool.
Can you do impressions like that?
An impression like that?
Like when Bender
and Dr. Draken talking about...
taking STEM classes, Bender's like this, oh,
hey,
yeah,
you want to take a STEM class? I have no idea what you're talking about. There it is. There's my impression. Right?
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Okay. I just like it. I want to do. Okay, I can do impression in general like that. Since I got a master's of physics like that, I know what your weakness like that. If I use magnet devices like that, you just be floated away like that, like gravitational towards the little devices with these magnet device and junking.
All right.
You ought to be on junk.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.